Sensitivity is intelligence. With grace and skill, you have abundance. Welcome to the Psychic Hour Reading Show. Host Kelly Brickle is a psychic medium, numerologist, healer, and teacher. Her passions are learning about the soul and energy. Whether through spirit, emotion, or vibrational numbers, there is always a pathway of information waiting to help. Now, here is your host of the Psychic Hour Reading Show, Kelly Brickle.
Oh, hello. StreamYard's being funny with that picture centering. Hello. Thank you everybody for coming on in. We're doing the Psychic Hour Reading Show today, and I will be having Nancy Muratalla on in just a moment. We'll be talking about all things energy and going into reading. So I want to say hello to people coming on in. Hello, CJ. Hello, Fran. Thank you for your love. Fran's awesome. And CJ and Donna, Isabel, Bernadette. Hello. Michael Christopher. Shout out to Michael Christopher. Hello. And Jess. Hi, everybody. Hello. So, I'm just going to bring in Nancy in from the very beginning, and away we'll go with the discussion and energetic connections. So please say a hello to Nancy. Hello.
Hi, everyone. Hi. It's great to see everyone. Hi, Jess. Hi, Gabby. Hi, Joni. Thanks so much, Kelly, for having me on. How's everybody doing tonight?
Everyone's bright. Everyone's bright and communicative. There's Lynn. I was just talking to Lynn. Hey. Nice. And Simon. Look, she's saying, Miss Nancy. And Fran's like, hello, Nancy.
Nice to see everybody spry and awake at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Yay.
I definitely feel a little bit more spry today and awake today, which is nice.
Yeah. It's the middle of the week. Yep. Closer to Friday. It's a good thing.
I don't always feel it.
No. Well, at least it's not a Monday. But Mondays will be starting to get exciting once a month once we start more shows. Yay!
Yeah, we got to talk about that. So, Joni, you're saying stormy in Virginia Beach, I think. And then Michael M. Couch. Oh, I think he's saying I'm couch surfing at this hour. But it's okay. There's many a day where I just want to bed and couch surf. That's understandable.
Any good shows going on, Michael, at this hour? Are you Netflixing it?
I'm sure he has recommendations. But yeah, Nancy, like we're debuting your show with Jennifer, Fashionably Spiritual. We're debuting it next Monday, and that's going to be monthly 6 p.m.
Yeah. Standard. Yes. Or do we not say Pacific Standard when we're already in the day? Are we in or out of daylight savings? We're out of it. We're in it. Are we in it or out of it?
I think we're in it. There's a technical way to say it, sure, but like, I don't know. I just say Pacific time.
Pacific time, which is probably the easiest way to go.
And then like you say it's standard, sure. If something's daylight savings time, I don't know. I just say Pacific time. Sometimes I say Pacific
change it to all one time, make it easier. I know.
I hear you.
When my mom used to live in Arizona, so they don't change their time, but when we would meet up, because she lived in Laughlin in the casino area town, and we would always get messed up depending on what time of year it was. And always like, oh, we'll see you at this time. And then either we were an hour late or she was an hour late. So yeah, just messes with you.
It does. It's nice though. It's so bright. I'll just take it. I'll take that it's bright right now at 6:15 p.m. in California. Michael says the one he's watching is this one. So thank you, Michael. Thank you
Oh, is
for.
that the name of it?
No, he's saying you said what is he watching? Because he's couch surfing and he says he's watching us. And I'm just like, that's
got it. I'm like, there's a show called The Sun. What is that about?
it's about two women just talking about some random psychic stuff that hopefully hits for somebody.
It's kind of funny. We were talking today at work, and we were talking about various different states that people have lived in. And thank you, Jess. And some people were fine with, like, the cloudy weather, and they actually enjoyed it, where other people, it kind of really messes with your psyche, and it can make you feel kind of gloomy and doomy, when the sun is not out. So I don't know how you all feel about that, but I definitely, living in California, I feel the heaviness when it's cloudy, and especially when we're in the time where it gets dark at 5 o'clock. It kind of takes the spark away.
Yes, I think different people vibe with the sun. I'm okay with gloomy sometimes, but I like the sun. I think it's good for the brain and the body. Stephanie says it's been raining in New York for the last few days. And Fran, I thought couch surfing was sleeping on friends' couches. It's that too. I thought it was more that as well, but I
Fran, I think you're thinking of bar hopping.
I think she's right, though. That is the term.
True, yeah.
Maybe it can be used for more things. Jess is saying, Michael, how are you doing with this storm we have? And Fran, Michael, do you need a permanent couch? Giving you a plane ticket invitation to California. You better take that seriously, Michael.
Where does Jess and Michael live?
I think they live. I always mix it up. I'm so
Ohio?
sorry. The Dakotas. I think it's in the Dakotas.
Okay.
Right? Is that right? Is it raining? It is raining here now. And then Jess, I live in an area where it's not only dark at 5, but the bonus is winter temperatures. Is that a sometimes, I guess. Love the sun. Joni, I'm originally from Orange County. May gray and June gloom was rough. Luckily, it's not always that way. It's not been
limited. Yeah.
But yes. Okay, North Dakota. That's what I thought. I was like, oh my God. If I'm if I say South Dakota, oh my God. But they're in North Dakota.
Does that mean that there's never any months, Michael and Jess, that it stays lighter longer? Do you guys always generally get dark around 5 or 6, like throughout the year? Dakota. Because that's kind of a bummer.
Hi from Michigan. Hello from Orange County. That's where Nancy and I are. And Michael says there's nothing like beach volleyball in February. Yeah, it's possible over here. It really is. I'm going to add some more San Pellegrino to my cup.
Nice.
Doesn't this look so fancy? Why not?
She wants to make sure she's showing us, because it's a liquid that looks clear that could be disguised for something else.
Sparkling water only, I promise.
No, it does. It does stay lighter later. Okay. Oh, thank goodness for you. I'm really happy to hear that, Jess. Yeah.
Next time, I should have brought it. I almost brought it up before that. I have like coconuts. Like Costco's a fun place, right? So Costco also sells coconuts where you just stick a straw in, and I could have just been islanding. I can't even say that word, islander-ing. Sure, I could have just been on a coconut with you.
I've definitely not seen the coconuts there. Okay. Oh gosh, you're better than us then. If have your summer stays lighter till 10:30. Oh wow.
Yeah,
we're at the latest. I want to say what, Kelly, like maybe 8 or 8:30.
I would say like, yeah, 8, like
Yeah.
probably 7:45, 8. Yeah,
Yeah.
around
10:30.
10.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's the state that it never
He's
gets
joking.
dark?
Jess says, no, it does stay late later. Michael's, I don't,
Oh,
what time actually is it?
my call.
What
Can't
time
trust
actually
any of
is
his
it?
info.
Sarah, I love speaking light language to birds and Gaia. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. It really
Ooh.
is. Do you have any experiences with animals, Nancy?
You know, animal connections, like animal
Yeah,
communication.
yeah.
Um, every now and again, I will get an animal that comes through, but I feel like it's more that are already crossed over, where I know some animal communicators can actually give you information about, your animal that is here. I haven't really so much tapped into that. How about you?
I would say yeah. I mean, it's not a specialty of mine, but when you have animals, sometimes you can have those experiences and like build off of them. It depends
Hmm.
on um, kind of how communicative your own animals are. They all have different
Hmm.
personalities. I have
Yeah.
4 cats and they all communicate so differently, even though it's like telepathy and energy, like
Yeah.
feelings. Um, I have some where when I talk to them, they look directly at me. I have some
Um,
where you won't even know that they're listening, but they'll do what you ask the next day,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
it was in their head somewhere. Like I've asked one of my boy cats. He doesn't always look at me directly in the eyes. He can be like that, but I will say to him, like, his name's Eros. I'll be like, Eros, I really miss you. You haven't come and slept on the bed, like, or you haven't come and crawled up and curled up on, me lately. You can do it if you want. I miss you, buddy. And he might not have done that for 3 weeks, but the next day
Oh,
he
wow.
will listen and he'll do it.
Oh,
And that's just
wow.
me asking him. So I know he knows.
That's pretty cool. People don't give cats enough credit. They are really smart animals. And I actually do with my own, because I have 2 cats and I've always been a cat person. I do have a very strong connection, especially with my male cat. I feel like he's almost like a dog even. He's very
Yeah.
protective over me and he wants to be where I am. He used to actually stand guard like in front of the shower. Like he just was very like I was his person for sure. Yeah, now he's a little bit more chill, but he still does the eye contact. So that's really cool, Sarah. She says she's got a strong connection with the Blue Jays. That's
That's
that's pretty
beautiful.
cool. That's
That's
nice.
beautiful. How do you have a strong connection with them? Like, I'd be curious to know that
Like,
animals are wonderful when, you're able to bond or have experiences with them. I had a cat kind of growing up. She didn't talk to me much, but every once in a while I could do it. And it was like, there was a feeling that I had with it. It was like I would talk to her and I would attempt to talk to her like with my mind or my feelings. And it was like, if it worked, I knew within my brain that she heard me. There was like a feeling. And so when I knew she was listening, I'd be like, oh, is she gonna do what I just asked? Because I feel like I feel like she felt it. I feel like she understood it. I feel like there was something transferred, right? And sure enough, it would work. So, like, I had her name was Pepper. We're talking about all our animals. This very just fun but rebellious cat. And she was allowed to go outside where I grew up in Illinois. So, we would let her out, but she was allowed to stay in the backyard. But what she would do is when we were not looking, she would run away because she wanted to go out for like a couple hours and just go wherever she wanted to go. And she would come back. So she knew, like, she knew the area she needed to come back, but that's like dangerous. So we would like, clap our hands and be like, Pepper, come back. And she would come, she'd be like, I'll come back. All right. But then, right, she would bolt when she could. So, if I let her out without watching her, she would always bolt. And that's like how she was. So, she wanted to go outside she like went to the door and asked to go outside, and I'm just like, okay, Pepper, like I can't watch you. So do me a favor. I need you to stay in the garage or around the garage. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you outside. And as soon as, like in an hour, as soon as I open the door up again, you're going to be right by the door and you're going to be ready to come. And she's like, okay. Like in her head, like I heard her say, okay, I will do this. I'm like, you'll do that for me? And she's like, yeah, I'll do this. I'm like, okay. So I let her out, and lo and behold, as soon as I opened the door, she was right there ready to come back in, just like she promised. Now, I had certain moments where I'm like, hey, like, do you want, like, let's try to do this again. And if I didn't feel like she heard me, I couldn't get those results. I had to go like, I had to experience her saying yes and like feeling her inside of me going like, wow, we connected. Like, I know she's listening. I know she understands me.
That's pretty cool. It's pretty grounding to animals. And I don't think that, we talk about that a lot when we talk about like what helps us ground, what are some of the things we do. And, honestly, sometimes when I finally take a moment to go and sit and rest and I have my animals around me, I feel like it's such a soothing, relaxing way for you to kind of unwind from the day. And really like just listening to them even breathe helps kind of slow you down and calm you down. So I really enjoy doing that. And literally when I come sit down, or if it's my husband and I, like all three, our dog, there are two cats, they have to be near us. But it's very calming. Very calming.
And animals are like so special. They're just like humans. They just are in different bodies and they have different like mechanisms and rules of the brain. And it's not the same as us, but like their energy is the same. Like their soul is so similar to a human soul, or you could maybe even say we just all have a soul. We're just in a different body. I could believe that. I could believe that there literally is no difference.
And they
because
pick us.
we're connected. Yeah.
They pick us too. I don't think we pick them. I think it's definitely a mutual exchange that they pick us.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, if I've picked an animal, I have to win them over almost in a sense. But if they've picked me, they're just like, yeah, like I love you. I follow you around. You're mine. Like, yeah, it should be like that. Like, if they choose you, you're golden. You're golden.
Yeah.
Just respect them and love them and learn about them.
Hi, Jennifer.
Hi, Jasmine. Hi, Jenna. Oh, yeah, I have to scroll down. I just want to acknowledge Sarah was saying they whistle at me and let me know they're close as they follow me and I walk. So she has a energetic relationship with the blue jays around where she lives. I think that's awesome. That's so cool. She said, my mom passed a year last year. They come in cardinal form as well, mom and dad.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful. And if I whistle for them, they hear me. That is amazing. I love hearing stuff like that.
Yeah.
Hey, Jennifer. Yeah, I'm scrolling down. I see her. Jennifer Rose. Hey.
I'm curious to know, it's Sarah with the Blue Jays, right?
Yes.
I'm curious to know, Sarah, were you seeing that before your mom passed? Because I do feel like a very strong connection with your mom passing. So I feel that if anything, if you were seeing them before, I feel like you're definitely seeing a lot more of them now. So I don't know if you would understand that, but I do feel a really strong connection with them, with your mother.
Let's see if she understands.
I also feel like the color blue is a very divine color for you. You have videos of it. Yeah, that's really cool.
She's like, you guys can follow me. But do you understand what Nancy asked? She said no. So she saw them after her parents passed.
That makes a lot of sense. It's very much in conjunction with your mother. And I feel like the blue has a lot of significance too. I don't necessarily, I don't know, do blue jays only come blue? Because I feel like, I also feel like you're seeing multiple kind of birds as well, but I do feel like the blue is a very significant color. I feel like it's also kind of resonating as a very healing color for you. So not only are you seeing the beauty with the birds and the serenity of that, that I do feel like is definitely a reflection coming from your mother. But I also feel like visually, it also gives you a very calming, grounding feeling that is also part of your healing with that. So I think that's really, really beautiful that your mom has kind of incorporated that since she's passed, for you to have visuals of that and feelings about it as well.
She says, yes,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm living heaven on earth.
That's pretty special.
Sarah, there's also like a really quick kind of nod that comes in, whether you are journaling or it's a reminder to journal. It's like this invitation to channel and bring your understandings to an audience. But first, they have to like download. And it's like there's a cluster of information coming in. So I feel like you've felt this already, but it's like the acknowledgement of more needs to come in so you can shape it and then bring it out to people, like with a story or a post or some type of sharing. I'm just really connected to, I need to write it out. I need to write it out. I need to write it out. And it might be like you take your journal to the blue jays. I feel like you'd be looking at a window maybe while you're journaling, or sitting or looking at some sunlight. So not necessarily outside, but it's like some type of encouragement to the sunlight already helps you kind of get into that space, that lightness, that oneness. So I don't know, try it outside too, but make sure that you are around sunlight and nature, and that will continue to create a more unique download.
Yeah, agree. She said that she stopped journaling. I feel like you are being encouraged to pick that back up, because I also feel the same thing. I feel like that is also an encouraging thing coming from your mother. I don't know what you do for a living, but I do feel like you have a story. I love that. I do feel like you have a lot of healing elements that you offer as well. So I do feel like you're in a journey right now where I do feel like you are working on a lot of healing elements within yourself. Yeah, that the vitamin D meditation is pretty awesome. But I do feel like you have I see a lot of bright lights around you. I do feel like you have a very radiating healing aspect to you. And I can almost have a visual that I feel like it's part of your journey, because I can kind of see a bigger picture. I do feel like people are drawn to you. I feel like people come to you for advice. I feel like you have a very even soothing way when you speak to people. I make, oh, that's cool. I make meditation crowns. Okay. Yeah, you have a lot of healing all over you. And I just kind of pulled a card for you too. And I got the universe card for you. And there's a lot of blue in this card, that's for sure. But I will tell you, like, the sky's the limit for you. I do feel like if you're not already doing everything that you want to do, continue on the path that you're going, because you can do all of these things that you want to do. You definitely have the wherewithal, and it's almost kind of part of your core of who you are. So it comes quite naturally for you.
Yes, the invitation to like open up like further. And yeah, I keep seeing like all this blue when you're talking, like a peacock. Interesting. A robin's egg blue. That's what I'm trying to say. Like a robin's egg blue. I keep seeing that color with her. It's like a bright, it's like the blue jay blue, but it's actually a little bit lighter and brighter.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very interesting. She's like, I
The
always
blue
see
and the
blue and
purple.
purple.
Yeah, and this card has a lot of blue and purple in it. And it's funny too, because if you even look at our screen, we got the blue up here that we're kind of describing, but it's a very vibrant blue. And then there's a lot of purple. And I feel like that is all around you and radiating about you as well.
And the blue comes in a bright blue, at least a light, bright blue, because it symbolizes communication and the needing to share and speak. So, yeah, I would say there's an encouragement of that when we talk about the journaling, and then also what Nancy's saying, like you have all these natural things to just allow yourself to flourish in. I love it. I think if you're ready, you want to open up the space for readings. I definitely will acknowledge some comments as they're coming in, but we're going to go into readings, I believe. Yes, Jess, animals are incredible. And earlier,
I just
Truth
want
Wave.
to add one last thing for Sarah really quick. I know,
sure.
Sarah, I just want to mention to you, I know that you had added a comment about a long story, a long journey. I do feel like you've had a lot of emotional ups and downs. You've had a lot of wins and you've had a lot of losses. Just know that you are being encouraged. You are being supported. Everything up until this point has gotten you where you are today, to also kind of enhance the ability to help others, and not only to help yourself with the healing, but to kind of be able to share your story with other people. And I know that things that we go through in life are not easy, but just know that you are definitely being supported from the other side, with lots of love for you. Okay.
I just realized my camera's not even.
You're good now.
No, I was trying to fix it, and here we go. Oh well, it's here.
I have my sister. Okay.
There you go.
Oh, there you go. Now you're way brighter than I am. I don't know how you did that, but I want to be brighter. Nice.
Cameras help with that. I just realized my camera wasn't even on. My computer camera is on, but I have a camera as well with that. Truth Wave says, my male cat new to my house was attacking my female cat, and then while on the catio he defended her. Since then I refer to him as the protector, and he no longer attacks the female. Okay, well, yeah, there's like all these energetic changes, and sometimes we can lead that. I really believe that with people and with animals, we can encourage, not make them be, but we can encourage them to consider different outcomes and different dynamics. Like I have a very like, he's a vocal boy, but he's shy too, but he's very protective of me. One of my cats, like, he's like, this human's mine, so don't get too close to her. And I'm just like, relax, buddy. Like, there's love to go around, and if I get to love them and they love me, that means that there's more love for you, and everybody wins. Like, you know what I mean? If I'm loved more, I can give more to you, right? And then if you're friends with them, you can have more love too. And so it's discussions like that. I don't know. I just talk with your animals, everybody. You can encourage them. Jennifer's like, have a beautiful show. Love you, ladies. And I've changed my perspective on him, and he changed. That's exactly right.
Yeah. Yep.
Just
like people, right?
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
Can we go to Jessie Cat? They're so, yes.
Sure. I want to say hi to some people really quick.
Yeah,
because we're bouncing around, and then we're going to go to Jessie Cat. So I want to say hi to Jesse Del Rey. He came in a bit ago. Hello. Hello. Jesse's awesome. And then Michelle. Hello. Where are you? Gina. Hello. And then there were some other people earlier. But everybody coming on in, thank you for being here. Yeah, Nancy, go wherever you want to go. You want to go to Jessie Cat.
Okay. So Jessie,
Gary said hi to you specifically. Do you know Gary?
I Not sure. Hi, Gary.
He was excited. He was like, Nancy. So sorry, I just
Hi, Gary.
acknowledged random people before coming on, and I'm like, oh, I couldn't talk to them before. I'm so sorry, everybody. Anyway, yes, Jessie
Okay.
Cat.
So Jessie, Jessie Cat, I feel like, so I pulled a card and I immediately got a really beautiful card that has the light on it. And you can kind of see her reaching. I do feel like you have a lot of really beautiful light around you. But I also feel like you have really been putting in the work. I really am seeing that, you know, your journey was a tough one and you really had to sort a lot of things out. I do kind of feel like I'm kind of, as I'm touching my brain and my head, I feel like there was a lot of mental conflict that was kind of going back and forth where you were trying to figure out what to do, what was the right thing to do. And I'm just going to take a breath here for a moment to see if that resonates with you, Jessie Cat, before I continue on.
She says, yes, it has.
Yes, it has. Okay, thank you. I do feel like you are still in the process. I definitely feel like you are in the cycle of still trying to work through some self-discovery. I do feel like you have discovered a lot of truths about you, in a sense of, actually in a really good way, where you're able to understand why some things happened the way they did, and to be able to take a step back, to kind of use it as a learning opportunity rather than, because I do feel like you were on a kind of a little bit of a continual battle of beating yourself up, where I feel like the light has kind of come on a little bit better now, where you're able to kind of view them a little bit more as that they were learning opportunities for you. So you know how to move a little gently, excuse me, moving forward, and kind of what resonated with you and what did not. So I really feel that very strongly for you. I feel like you're on the right path. I feel like things are coming together for you. I do still feel like there are some things up in the air that you're trying to figure out. Okay, thank you. I feel like that you're trying to figure some things out. And what comes to me is I feel like let some truths unfold. And I don't know why I'm using that terminology, but that's what came to me. Let some truths unfold. Let some of the stories tell themselves, and you'll know how to move through that and make the right decisions for yourself. That's what I'm being told to how to say this to you. So I really hope that makes sense for you.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And I just keep seeing all these colors for Jessie Cat, like rainbow colors. And usually when that comes in, it's a nod to using your creativity and using your mind, your heart, and your soul in a way where you're not limited. A lot of times, like we're told, you're going to be, you know, this type of person, or you've agreed for this job or this set of rules. You made an agreement you would do this and be this. And really that can be renegotiated at any time. Because you are a soul with needs and our needs change. So it's about really honoring yourself, your happiness, your joy, your inner child, and that you are not a one size fits all person and you will not be boxed. And I really feel like that's something that needs to come up, that I wanted to share about all your colors that were blaring at me. So beautiful. And so she said to you, yes, everything resonated. Thank you. That's what she said about your message. Okay.
Yeah, beautiful, Jessica. Thank you. You got this, girl. Everything's gonna work out exactly how it's supposed to. Any organizing parties and get-togethers. Now that I'm done, I'm drained. Yeah, you just need to take some time out for yourself to figure out what your next direction is. We all kind of hit that wall at times, and that just means that's your body telling you to take a minute.
Well,
Yeah.
it's just like, yeah, our needs change. You know, that was like the message. Like, we are not just one thing, our needs change. And the people around us need to know that, because we can't do things alone. And if they're not understanding, then you have to start to make moves of what's good for you, because we really have to teach others how we want to be treated. Like, people treat us in ways with how we signal them to treat us. So if you found your confidence, or you found your light, or if you found your spirit, or if you found out that, you know, doing parties is not what's for you right now, as you're saying, it's time to signal to the people around you and say very clearly, this is not for me anymore. I'm going to do something different, something like maybe A, B, and C, or just something different. And they have to learn how to treat and support you around that. And you are the only person that can teach them how to do that.
Yep. I love I'm sure most of you have heard this, but I love the Mel Robbins let them theory. And I truly recommend that Audible or a book for anyone to read that, because it's really quite empowering. It really is.
Let them.
Let them, and then let you. That's how it goes. Let them, and then let you.
Yeah, I believe in that. I'm a fan of that, and I'm good with that in so many aspects, except some, like, you know, the people that are closest to us, like the few people, I'll let them, and I'll just be like, oh my God, this is a train wreck. Like, this is a train wreck. And for some of these decisions, they directly impact my life. So I will as I let them, my life gets worse. So I'm like, oh my God.
That's right, Jessica. Yes.
Oh my God.
Do you want to pick the next one, Kel?
Yeah, but yes, I will. But yes, I'm a fan of the let them.
Absolutely.
I'm a fan of the let them. Oh my God.
Thank you, Lynn.
Sure. It's almost like, I feel like I have to share this story. I have no idea why. I don't know if this connects to you, Jessica, why I'm saying this story, but I feel very compelled to share the story. But like, I've been in line ordering food, and, you know, like, I'm with my husband, and I know some of the things he likes to eat and doesn't like to eat. And so he'll order something and not realize something's in it, or maybe he's tired and he'll order his eggs a certain way. He didn't realize. And there's a couple times where I'm just like, oh, I'm just gonna let him. I'm just gonna let him. And then he'll be like, why didn't you say anything? Right? Why did you let me do this? And I feel like it's a mixture of that. It's like finding the moments where you need to say something because he doesn't realize he's doing that. And then a couple other times you're just going to let him. You're just going to let him, but it can't be black and white. Like, I never speak up because I'm going to let him, or I always speak up because I'm going to let him. And life's not black and white. You need your colors, right? So try things out, be brave, keep speaking, keep expressing, do not dull your colors, and don't just do one strategy. So that's what I want to say. Okay.
Yeah, that's beautiful, Kelly. You know, life is too short. You know, it's okay to be loving and kind, but we also need to take care of ourselves, and we need to make sure our space feels sacred. And we also need to make sure that we have peace. You know, that's at the end of the day, we need to make sure we're taking care of us before we can take care of everybody else.
Absolutely. And she's saying true. Boundaries and boundaries.
France says the wee horns come out, Kelly.
I was like, what does that mean? Jeez.
I don't know. I just like the horns blowing, like in the flags.
Does she mean like, or does she mean like,
I know which horns? Which horns, Fran?
Which horns? Hello, friend. Friend's great. Oh my gosh. I really want to go to, speaking of another, Jeez.
Oh, she does mean the devil in you.
We have to embrace. That's what I was
I
wondering.
was trying to be political here and like the
I was like,
horns.
oh, I missed that. You're right. I'm blaring horns. We have to embrace our shadow side. We have to embrace our shadow side. We are not able to extend our lights without knowing the contrast. So we have to speak up. I feel like she's ushering in some what we're talking about with Jessie Cat, because we were on to the next. And I talked about how I just spoke up, whether it's something very small. And so Jessie Cat, I think Fran is coming in with her energies and encouraging, like, let your wild woman out.
Yeah.
Like it with the people who are closest to us, we are supposed to be testing boundaries and being like, I need this, you need this. Like that's supposed to happen. With the people we don't know, boundary sets. Boundary set, but with the people we do know, like, we have to go, I need this type now, and then what do you need now, and we need to do this differently, and I will have to ruffle some feathers. It's
and the interesting thing about family dynamics when it comes to families and our archetype within that family, we almost become, well, we're this person in the family, you're this person in the family. And honestly, I was the person too that planned all of the events, tried to coordinate everything, and everybody made it so difficult. And I'm like, I have my hands in the air. I'm like, I'm done. You people start planning it. You invite me. So I think there's something to be said with how we fall within the family line of what they're used to seeing from you. And then it just becomes expected.
Yes. Use your colors, all your colors, the dark and your light. I think it's important, Nancy. Michael is cracking me up. Like,
I've been told that. No, Michael, let's talk about that.
Michael Christopher, a very well-known fantastic medium, is saying, I've been told that I have mediumship potential. Any truth to that? And then earlier he was trolling and he was like, I'm a first-time viewer here.
I have to say this about you, Michael, that ever since you told me, actually, I don't know if I should be saying this out loud, but I'm going to say it anyway. Ever since you said, so I've kind of been like, okay, I'm taking classes. I take classes. I'm like, okay, stop with the classes. Just go do the work. And you said, like, I don't know, you were like either 3 readings in or 3 months in, and you're like, F it, I'm just going to go get on a mediumship platform. That was really inspiring for me, by the way. Like, cut the umbilical cords and just go for it. So, yes, you are a medium, Christopher. Mike Christopher. See, Christopher. Oh, wow.
Maybe this is the
Did your mother used to call you Christopher, your father? I don't know. That was a Freudian slip. I don't know where that came from. But yeah, you're a magnificent medium. So God bless you. You're very encouraging to the rest of us.
Michael, if you can understand that you were called Christopher at any time, that's hey. But yeah, Michael's funny. He's hilarious. We have to have candor and humility in this work, and he definitely has that with his light and his dark side.
Oh my gosh. And Michael, I believe I already do know that your father is in spirit. Would your father have not been a believer in this type of work? Because I feel a very strong sense that he would have not believed in you doing this type of work, if you can understand that.
And then Michael, if you're here, please let us know. And then Jessica, to answer you, very much let them, and don't be afraid to reassess your boundaries. You have to let them be mad.
Yeah.
Michael, where are you?
I know. Now he's gone. Okay.
Now he's gone. Right before he leaves, he's like, am I a medium? And then floats away. Okay. Hilarious. I was really I was really drawn to Jesse, the other Jesse, because like both Jessies were in the house, and I was like, oh,
Okay.
Jesse.
Which Jesse? Jesse Del Rey or Jesse?
Yeah, Jesse Del Rey.
Okay.
And he was here. Jesse, are you still with us? Jesse, are you still with us? And if not, I'm going to go to Jess because I'm just attracted to a Jess name. I just have to honor it.
Yeah.
I have to go where I'm drawn. So Jesse Del Rey, are you in the house? He was here earlier. He might have left. People are popping in and out.
I know.
And then Jess is like, he passed out on the couch, I bet. LOL. Michael says, you two are great. So Michael is here and Jesse Del Rey is here. So Michael, did you hear any of the things that Nancy asked regarding your father? She was connecting to your father.
So again, with your father, I feel like he would not have necessarily agreed with mediumship or understood it. He's too busy
Yes, he's too busy pulling it out. Here he is. He's like, the name Christopher is a long story, LOL. So he can take something you said about that. And my stepdad is in spirit, and he would have not believed.
Okay, yeah, thank you. And I do feel like one of your biggest cheerleaders right now. I'll tell you that much. I almost can feel, and then we'll go to have you go to Jesse, but I almost feel, Michael, again, I wanted to call you Christopher. I wanted to say, Michael, that I also feel like whenever you're having like vivid type dreams, I'm just going to say this. I feel like when people have passed, which I hope it doesn't happen very frequently for you, but I feel, because I get something similar, I feel when people have passed, whether it's somebody you knew or somebody in the family, I feel like you get vivid dreams, almost like, oh my gosh, you can do this. That's cool. I almost feel like if that is happening to you, I feel like your stepdad has kind of made the announcement like, hey, go to him. I can see that visual, like he's amazing. Like he can actually connect with us. This is so cool. So I wanted to say that if you can understand that.
Yes. My brain started going in a lot of different directions. Fascinating. So whether he's saying I'm here, slow connection, and I'm not sure if I got some stuff from Michael or Jesse. All of a sudden, my brain started getting a bunch of stuff. So Michael or Jesse, I guess if you can take kind of what I'm saying. Michael, I guess I'll start with saying something and then we go right over to Jesse. I just started getting like flashed with all this orange energy, and it felt like the need for healing. It felt like I was taking on too much. And even though it doesn't seem like a lot for me, it's like the typical load, but I was taking on just a little bit too much with some kind of other variables in place. And I started getting sick. So Michael or Jesse, if you can understand this, so it's like the need for like soup or the need for taking care of yourself. It could be like, allergies get exacerbated, sure, but it's like I feel like I'm running into getting sick. I really have to take care of myself. Can you understand that, Michael or Jesse? And then I'll just see kind of which way I'm going with that.
Okay. Yeah, we may also have kind of a little bit of a slower connection with the feedback.
And Michael's saying to you, I get a lot of visits.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. I get a lot of that too. They're super excited that they have you to be able to be like the conduit to that.
So 2 brothers and a sister on the other side. So he's responding to you first.
Yep. We got a lot of cheerleaders over there.
And then I'm just going to go with what I say because I feel like I know Jesse's energy separate, and then like the stuff that I got in between for a moment, I'll like short them out. Jesse, okay, then I think I'm with Michael. Like there's an acknowledgement to either your stepdad. Can you understand your stepdad was like really sick during like the end, and like this was a man who like loved freedom, and he just wasn't able to do what he wanted to do, so he had to become very like he was like immobilized when really he was somebody who was always up and about and on the go. I just have to acknowledge just a little bit of something before I go to Jesse. It's okay. I'm just going to say it, and then Michael's just going to tell me, and then I'm going to go to Jesse. So, yeah, I just have to acknowledge the feeling of that I'm out and about, and then I'm immobilized, and I got sick during the end. And it's like kind of a message to Michael, I believe. And it's just like, hey, and you're like, I need healing. My leg is killing me. I've had a fever the past days. Okay. And then it's an acknowledgement to you've been sick. So, okay. And so it's like this orange energy and then the healing. And he's saying like, don't overdo it. He's just like, you'll have more freedom if you have balance. He's like saying, don't overdo it. And then he was talking about like through this orange color that I was getting for you, Michael. Like it's important to be you, and when you overdo it, like you will have to numb yourself further. I'm just going to say it like that because that means like a lot of different things, and it's just like when we take on too much, when we do too much, when we stress ourselves out, even though we think we can take it, we actually numb ourselves further, and then we find ourselves going into all these strategy and coping mechanisms, and we're like, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. And just like the message is, and I feel like your stepfather is saying this to you. He's like, I numbed myself. He's like, I wanted my freedom. There's a lot of things that I didn't know, but you know better. And he's just saying like, the reason I was hardened is because I had numbed myself. And they're saying, don't harden yourself. You already don't. But when you push yourself too much, your body hardens yourself, and then your emotions harden. And it's not because of it's anyone's intention. It's just easy on yourself. Take care of yourself. Soup. You know,
his had ALS towards the end, he's saying. Yep. His dad was sick and he was active and in great shape throughout his life. Yeah.
And then he couldn't move. It's the immobility.
Oh, wow. Yeah. He was a mail carrier, so he was very active. Yeah.
So, and so he's saying, like, you can do everything you need to do. You just have to take care of yourself. And then he's just talking about at what price is it if we push it, at what price? Yeah. So, and that goes into so many different, like, layers. So thank you for understanding that. And wow, okay, so the ALS really hits home with the mobility. Thank you. Thank you. So that orange was for you, Michael. It just started getting really orangey. And I was aware I wanted to go to What'd you say?
We're sending him lots of healing with that.
We are. Please feel better, Michael. With Jesse, I get a lot of red, so it's a different color. And I get purple. So I want to go to Jesse Del Rey, and thank you for being patient, Jesse. Where are you? Okay, this was earlier when you said you're here. And it's basically like, it's really great because there's an acknowledgement of how your energy is changing a lot and how you started to like make different decisions within your life where you are aware of the changes, and it's not just dreams. It's like actually like physical reality is shaping around you, and you're like, oh, this is what I always needed to do. Like, I'm starting to get it. And there's tremendous responsibility that's starting to shape around you, and the spirit world is saying like, go get it. And like responsibility is like fierce. Like they want to tell you that as a motto. Responsibility is fierce. Responsibility will give you your freedom. Responsibility will make you the baddest around, you know? It's like that's the spiritual weight and toll that is needed. So then you can do you and be free and not have to have, you know, further burdens. So they're just like, take on this burden and then the rest will follow. And he's saying, yes, definitely makes sense. And then Michael's saying he was a Vietnam vet. Oh, wow. That's a stepfather. So he was a tough dude. He's a tough dude. And they're also, Jesse, like something that comes in, because like there's a lot of encouragement energy coming in for you. And this is like kind of like the purple energy. And basically you're like, whether, I don't know who it is encouraging you. Sometimes, you know, we say like, hey, grandfather has stepped forth, or right, guides. And it feels like some type of guides. And they're basically saying, we want you to go out more. They want you to go outside the house and to celebrate who you are in many forms. So they want you to be part of the community more. It's not like you have to be like volunteering and, you know, being an active part of the community, but to go to like the events, go to like celebrations, and start meeting more of your people. Okay. And you will at times be connected to actually doing further things because you'll meet the right person or the right people. But they're saying basically now's the time to get out of the house, and it's going to further percolate your energy because you've been incubating a lot, and it's not the same time to incubate anymore.
Yep.
And he's saying, ha ha ha, yeah, I need to leave my house more. Yeah, and you're not. Exactly. And now's the time. Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't have to do it a lot. They're saying just for some things that resonate within your soul, it's going to lead you to more connect the dots for other experiences. And your energy is becoming strong and bigger. And we're not made to do this by ourselves.
Right.
We're not made to figure out things by ourselves if we don't know what to do. We need to find people who are like us, and like they don't have to be a medium. They could just be really cool or into art or into the type of movies, something that helps us go, okay, cool. I have extended energy. Now I can, you know, I can vibe with this person. And if they like something that I like, they send me over to that person. And it's like Spirit saying, you need that. You need that. So Nancy, if you're getting anything, that's what they're saying loud and clear. They're like, listen. They're like, listen, Linda, house. Like, you're like, they're like, we're not talking about nature walks, Jesse. We're talking about like you need to link up. connections.
I'm going like this because the sound in my ear is so loud right now, Kelly, because you're definitely, spirit is vibing with everything that you're saying. And when you were even talking about, like, I don't know who's coming through and connecting, I pulled this card with the purple all around it, and it's spiritual strength. And I also have the victory and success card for you, Jesse. So everything kind of resonates with what Kelly is saying. I do feel like that you have a lot of doors opening right now. And when Kelly talks about kind of stepping outside a little bit, I also feel like with that, it opens a lot more doors. So it's not necessarily about trying to, you know, get off the internet, you know, get off your phone. It's about experiencing and opening new doors, because you're going to find that you have so much in common and you have so many potential connections that are going to continue on your growth path that you're on. Because I definitely feel, again, with you, and you know, I love you to death, Jesse. I just feel this huge bright light around you. I feel like you have been this, for lack of better words, you've been like this little dark, deep little secret, and you're finally letting, like, you're taking the lid off. And I just see all of this light just coming off of your head. And I feel like part of that was, I think that you were a little bit trapped in the fear of it, just kind of not sure what to do with it. But you've kind of opened it up a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. And you're like, okay, I can do this. This feels right. This feels good. And I feel like you're on a great path right now. So continue everything that you're doing. Don't be afraid to knock down doors. Don't be afraid to open new doors. There's a lot in store waiting for you. This is just the beginning, my friend. You have a whole lifetime ahead of you that's just going to keep exploding.
Yes.
So, lots of love to you. You're a beautiful, beautiful light, Jessie.
Yes, I agree. He says, thank you, Nancy and Kelly. Absolutely, Jessie. Absolutely.
You're welcome.
And big hugs to you, Jessie. And Evelyn is saying, better late than never. Much love. Beautiful
Yay,
Kelly and Nancy. Thank you, beautiful Evelyn. Thank you so much.
You for joining
Nancy, let's pick like one more. We'll do one more. And okay. Nancy, it's your turn to choose where you'd like to go.
We want to get to everybody, but the hour goes by so fast.
We can do a couple quick ones if you want after, or we can do some quick ones now. We can do a bunch of quick ones now. What would you like to do?
I'm up for anything that you would like to do. Can you kind of let us know who's still here and who's open?
Here we go. Where is
there we go.
Okay. Jasmine, CJ, Jess, Gina, Isabel, Lynn. I said Gina, and then a moment ago too. There was, where is it? Maggie and Michelle and Brolick. Isabel. I think those are like the people who are the most recent. Fran.
All right. Do you want to pick one, Kelly?
Yes. Girl, you were up next, but I can.
I can go. Let's go. Either one.
I'm going to all the Jessies. Okay.
I know. Like I was feeling like Jess too. Yeah.
I'm going to Jess.
So, okay. Yay, Jess.
To go to all the sounding names up. So I'm like, okay. That is okay. Jessie Cat's like, yes, the hour goes quickly. It really does. I agree. It really, really, really does. So I always ask, Jess, do you have a question or do you want general?
Yeah.
She's like, it's a popular name. Yes, it is. It's a great name. So Jess, I'm just going to start going into your energy, but you let me know if you want something more general or specific. General. Okay, thank you. And so around you, I'm getting all these different purples, like light purples, purple pinks, even deep purples. And so it lets me know, Michael is so funny. He's like, I'm here just to annoy. What it lets me know that, like, Jess, like, you are a very imaginative person, and this has been since you were young, and I feel like you've been one to like cultivate it even as you've gotten older. So you have like this very big sense of, like, how can I put it? You have your inner child developed. The movies and TV, if you are watching them, they do speak to this imaginative, creative, fun, zany realm. That's how you even like develop yourself as a medium. Your mind's so open and it's flexible, and you're allowing yourself to forgive. And that's the next step of how you'll continue to allow yourself to be even more flexible if you can understand these things, Jess. Because I think you're finding the older that you get, even though you don't trust people the same way, you're understanding that people actually, most people at their core are actually quite soft and sensitive, similar to you. And so now you slow down and open your eyes and you go, what's really going on here? And you do it with a filter of compassion that is increasing. Like honestly, every day you're having moments that blow your heart open and blow your mind open. And the forgiveness and opening of the heart, I really feel like I'm there. Even music is opening up your heart. There's been a lot of messages and reminders to open up your heart lately. I'm going to give it over to Nancy, and I'll continue on if you want to. Nancy, let me know. She's saying it resonates.
Oh, wonderful. I just want to add with Jess, and then we'll try to get through a couple more. I do feel like with you, Jess, again, we have so many beautiful healing energy people in our audience today. And I feel like with you, Jess, I really want to encourage you to continue on the path that you're on. I do feel like there is a lot of hiccups in the road that make you question kind of where you're at and what you're doing. And I feel like the word I'm feeling is like disruption, like abort mission. Continue on. I mean, you already know that I'm a big advocate for supporting one another, especially in the mediumship world. It's not easy. There's a lot of self-doubt that we get. But I feel like the core of you is your heart is in the right place. You just want to heal. You want to be that conduit for people to provide that love and support. And I feel like what I'm supposed to tell you is just don't ever forget why you started to want this. And don't let the other noise get in the way for you. So everything I just told you, if you can continue to tell me too, that would be fantastic.
Yes, I do. I know we're doing small, quicker ones, but I will say this before we go into the next one with Jess. Like, they are encouraging, like, the lighter vibrations that you are feeling to well round out the spectrum of who you are. And also, this is very important, cultivating family. So whether it's friends that feel like family, community that feels like family, or your actual family, it's kind of like going and healing what family is and finding people that can be that way for you. And it will further open up the heart and allow forgiveness and rest and pause and ease within your energy. Very, very healing. There just needs to be peace. There needs to be peace within that. And that will allow you to be calm and flower open in another way. So I'm just going to give you that.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you, Jess, for letting us work with you.
Thank you, Jess.
Can we go to Isabel?
Yeah, absolutely. Isabel, are you in the house still? Isabel, are you in the house? Absolutely. Absolutely, Jess. Isabel.
Yep, she's here. Awesome. Now, I know I have read for you before, Isabel, but I do want to kind of kick it off with, I do feel you have a very strong foundation around you. I do feel like you are a very strong person, almost so strong that it's okay to not be so strong sometimes. And sometimes I don't think that you always allow yourself to be a little bit of the more vulnerable or kind of let your guard down a little bit, if you will. I definitely see that you've had a lot of obstacles. You've had a lot of ups and downs. I do feel like there have been a lot of triumphs for you. I also am feeling, and I think I felt this before, if I recall correctly, I just want you to be cautious with your the village that you have around you. I feel like you're such a big ray of hope and light, but I also feel like there could be certain situations or certain people, whether it's family or friends, that you might feel like that dims your light a little bit. I do say keep that power within you and don't allow that to happen. But I also want you to know the difference of when it might be time to walk away from a situation or an individual that, maybe is just, you're not in the right place for that anymore, or you've outgrown it. So I feel very strongly that I need to encourage you to continue to shine your light, because it's just going to grow brighter and brighter. I do feel like there is some situations right now that are surrounded around you that you are trying to make decisions about. I don't know if I feel like it's family or friend related or work related. Thank you, Isabel. But I feel like you're trying to make either some decisions or you're trying to make some changes, because I do feel like within your core what doesn't feel right. Okay. And Spirit is encouraging you to trust that. Okay. Trust that. There are some situations that we do outgrow. Okay. How does that old saying go? Some of the people in our life are here for a moment, some are here forever. I
A
do
reason
feel like,
in a lifetime.
okay, thank you. Yeah, that. So I do feel like you do recognize it, but sometimes it's not easy for you to step away. I don't necessarily, excuse me, and see how I kind of am starting to lose my voice. I don't necessarily feel like you're a people pleaser, but I think it's hard for you because you're such the strength and you're the strong one. It's hard for you to step away or do something different because you almost don't want to disappoint anyone, if you understand that. And strongly, and I do feel like I have your grandfather with me, and I do know that he was a very strong man, and he's definitely encouraging you to do what's best for you, to live within your truth, and to stand your ground when you make decisions, and what your judgment is of something, to stand firm on that. Okay. And he's supporting you. I do feel like you do feel him around you. Um, you definitely have that support. You have actually a lot of people in spirit, because as I feel into it, not only do I feel your grandfather, I feel a lot of people that I feel them behind me, but I feel them right around you, even though I can't see you in the picture. I can visually see you, and I feel like there's so many people standing behind you and supporting you, and are there for you. So when you talk to them, they are listening to you. Yes. So thank you. Thank you for letting me work with you, Isabel. I appreciate it. God bless you, honey.
Beautiful. And like, I'm just gonna say, when Nancy brought in your grandfather for a moment, I just felt like this overwhelming love coming from him, and he was just saying, like, you just want to be happy in life. Everything else is just, it's BS. Like, you have to, if you're not doing something that's making you happy, that you're putting all this hard work into, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. He's like saying, I want you to be happy. That's what 100%, just however you take that, Isabel, and definitely Nancy. Yes, you hit it on the head for her. You hit it on the head for her. So beautiful job. Beautiful job. Ishka, yes, you can ask a question. Absolutely. And then Lynn, hello, Lynn. Ishka, what question would you like to ask? You can ask questions and readings. She's typing, I guess. Takes the moment on the psychic hour to type. She says, thanks, ladies. Yes, it totally resonates.
You're welcome. Thank you, hon.
She has an investment question. Ishka, do you see my crypto investments perform well this year? Okay, let's see what comes up with this. All right, let's see what comes up with this. Hold on. All right. All right. Can you understand that you've been doing this before now? And it was like before the investments, it's either they're tied up and they're not doing much, but they're not exactly, yeah. I have a feeling that either before this or even a couple, whether it was a year ago or 3 years ago, might have been like 3 years ago. It's like investments didn't do quite well, or they're tied up and you're not seeing that much of gains, but you learned enough. And there was times where you made some and you sold, where you're still very much interlinked and interested in what you're still trying to accomplish. And can you understand some of this? And I feel like you use intuition when it comes to your investments. You discover that flow, and that's really coming into now, research and intuition. It does feel good. It feels like there's some open energy pockets happening now, like within June, and things rising. It's kind of like a mixture of more long-term seeds and selling when there's a high, and having some growth. So short-term growth and long-term growth. I think that's important. And like, and you're saying, yes, I do intuition. Let me just see like a card really quick if it resonates with you too, with what I'm seeing. But do you understand what I talked about? Like with before and 3 years ago, you say, yep. Is that in regards to what I'm asking? I believe it is. You can just clarify.
She says, yep.
Okay. All right. So some of the last things I'll say on it, because these are quick ones. We're doing like quick ones. There's basically like, if you can understand, there was a ritual or like a focus that you used to do, or at least you thought of it. I'm aware there was like something that you used to do and sit down and like kind of like scan, or you would like grid things out and sit down, and it would be like kind of meditation as well as your planning. And they're just saying like, if you go deep enough again, that will aid you and that will help you. And don't allow other people to come in to help you just yet. Allow spirit, because you're not utilizing your intuition and you're not utilizing your higher self as much as you need to within this. Don't take courses or allow other people to sway you. Like right now, your energy is very good, and play around within that field. So like the spring and this summer, just kind of develop that good flowing pocket for you. It seems good. It seems like a couple investments are going to hit.
Mm-hmm.
It feels good.
Yep, agree.
And you're saying, yeah, it resonates a different way. That was when I was introduced to crypto, but was not putting money into it yet. I am planning to do that, like sit with my energy and write stuff down like this for a planner, right? And so, so even if you didn't, I'm just aware of 3 years before, it's all fuzzy and it didn't really work out exactly how you wanted to. So if you can resonate where you didn't actually get into it, maybe that's it. But it's going better. It's going good. And I actually don't see it to be a bad thing. Just follow your intuition for a while. Not time for a mentor.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree. And I'll just be really quick. I pulled a card for you. Ishika. Hope I didn't pronounce that wrong. I got financial and material changes for you. So I'm going to say it feels very positive. There are multiple colors here. So, when it comes to the financial world, things are constantly moving and changing. But it does feel good. It feels like you're a little bit wiser, kind of knowing what you're doing. But again, sometimes what we think and what we know doesn't always, pan out exactly how we want it, because we only have so much control over it. But it does feel good for you.
Yes. Yeah, it actually does.
Yeah. So Jasmine Ramiro, let's maybe do a real quick one for her. Does my friend Elena have any message for me? She passed. I do. I feel like I have a few messages that have kind of dropped in, kind of statements, kind of encouragement. Jasmine, I do feel like I'm also hearing for you, like, never forget how resilient that you are. You're always able to bounce back. I do feel like you've been going through a lot lately. And then I pulled a card for you that says, you're too amazing to follow everyone else. Forge your own path and give yourself some credit, because you're doing a good job with this whole living thing, because it's not easy. And I also feel like you are not giving yourself enough credit. So she is really encouraging you to kind of look at your own bright light within. And just really quickly, as I feel into your friend, I do feel like she comes in. I feel like she felt very sisterly for you. I do feel like she was somebody. I do feel like she had a great personality. In a sense of, I feel like she had a little bit of a sense of humor. I feel like she had a little bit of adventure. I also feel like either, I'm not quite sure what I'm getting, so if I interpret it wrong, I apologize. I do feel like there was either a trip that you're going to go on, or there was a trip that you were supposed to go on together, but it didn't quite happen. But I do feel like you've done many things together when she was here, but I'm being shown, and I feel like there was either something that's going to happen for you, or something she didn't get to do towards the end. She's definitely encouraged you to pack those bags and to live your life. Okay.
Yes. I'm going to really quick go to Gina, and she's saying, can you please all send healing to my daughter, Rafaela? Blessings to all. And please, everyone collectively, put out some love and light for Rafaela. I'm going to just pull some, oh, look at that. Allowing new energy to help. So everybody, please allow your energy to help. I'm going to pull a card for you or two, Gina. So it's basically coming on in. It's like a mixture of things. And it's saying that, you know, time has changed over the course of your life, you know, family, grieving process. And there's a different pocket of energy going on where you have a chance to choose and actually feel like you have more energy again. So welcoming the different feelings to come in, to know that life doesn't always have to stay one way. And there is acknowledgement that you're pushing yourself too much and that you're stressing yourself out. So please be good to yourself with these little like bursts. Sometimes we wake up and we go, why do I feel not run down today, even though I don't feel 100%? That is an energetic gift. That is an energetic gift, and lean into that. And so there's a lot of wisdom that you have within your heart, within your soul, within your mind, and apply those things to you. Apply those things to you, because you are just as sacred and special as the people that you help, or the people that you want to help, or the people that you've cared about. And this is talking about like that you have all this selfless nature, and really to build yourself up and slowly give energy back to you, because people need to talk to you, and people need to open up to you and spend time with you and be around you, because not only are you a healer, but you need to be healed in the presence of others, because people do light up around you. And so allow yourself to be around others again. You give so much, and in turn you'll receive. So I'm sending that to Gina, if you can understand this. Just wanted to share that. Jasmine says, oh, she was responding to you, Nancy. She's going through a lot, and she sees her in her dreams, and she wants to say thank you, Nancy and Kelly, love and light. So thank you.
You're so welcome.
All right, everybody. if you didn't get a reading today, we are on as the Psychic Hour. Frequently, I'm starting to come back and do the show, so please, there are more opportunities. And there are lots of other wonderful people on Sacred Spiral or Veronica's page. We weren't broadcasting today on Veronica's page, but she's on Find Me a Medium and then Sacred Spiral. We are having so many shows that allow people to read and get messages. And that's like with Michael Christopher, with Jennifer Lee, with Jennifer Rose. And please know that you can come on and ask a question. And there's so many opportunities. So please know. Nancy, I want to also share that you are going to be the medium this week for Jennifer Rose's service for the Love of Spirit. And that is 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Anyone can come.
10. Yeah. Yeah. We're getting all messed up with our time frames.
Oh my gosh. 10 a.m. Good Lord. 10 a.m. on Sunday, and anyone can come, and it's a Zoom event where there's healing, poetry. Fran always does beautiful poetry and messages with connecting to loved ones. So please check that out. Additionally, I can put down the link where you'll be a part of that too.
Thank you. Really, really quickly, can I just give a short little message to Maggie Price?
Sure.
So, Maggie, I want to give you some encouragement because I do feel like you definitely have been through a lot. And when I talk about standing your ground, it's about fighting for yourself. It's about fighting for your peace. I do feel very strongly to work on a little bit of grounding for yourself, kind of working a little bit with your nervous system, because I do feel like you've had a lot of highs and lows, and it's really kind of rattled things up within you. I'm also seeing partnerships and alliances. I feel like you are not reaching out to your core people that can be there for you. And Spirit is really encouraging you not only to ask them for help, but to also ask for what you need. Okay. So I really want to leave that with you, my friend. I really hope that little bit of encouragement will kind of help you a little bit. And I want to send you lots of love and light, Maggie.
Lots of love and light to Maggie. Maggie, thank you for being here with us, as well as Nancy. Thank you. I always give the guest the last word. So would you like to share anything from the heart before we leave?
Yeah, of course. Thank you. So, thank you so much for having me. It's such an honor to share the space and the energy with all of you. There's so much going on in the world, and I just want to remind everybody to remember to connect with yourself and to know that there's something greater than us. Be able to see the bigger picture, know that there's really a lot of love all around us. As chaotic as the world can start to feel, we have each other. So be kind to one another and know that you have that support around you. So thank you all so much for joining us tonight. It was such a pleasure. Thank you.
Absolutely, everybody. Please go with love, luck, and love. And don't forget to live. See you next week. Bye.
Bye, everyone.